Protect your online privacy today at expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Wednesday. It's time to hump. Brian, if you'd be so kind.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Be careful. I don't want you to.
Wow. It's an advanced move.
He put so much finesse on it too, and a lot
All
of people.
fours.
A lot of people forget the place of the ass in the hump. Hi everybody, welcome back. Let's talk about Take-Two Interactive, one of the biggest game publishers in the country. But first,
we have a guest.
Yay!
Everyone, welcome. Well, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Riana, recently member of What's Good Games, and really happy to be joining y'all today.
Thank you.
good
What's Good
indeed.
Games, for anyone who doesn't know, is awesome, and you should absolutely check them out. Very good channel, weekly podcasts, lots of gaming detail stuff. Shout out to everyone at What's Good.
we know you have time.
They sound way better than us already.
Way better.
Yeah,
Don't know
we
why
bring
anyone's
that
here.
fun, amateurish, lo-fi energy that people are craving.
Do you want Connor's job? Because it will soon be available.
Don't say
He's
that
trying
on
to
air.
trade this job away.
Oh, great. Now I'm going to get 6 DMs. You probably know Take-Two as the parent company of Rockstar Games, famous for Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption franchises. Maybe you've heard of them, unless you're not
What?
a gamer.
Never. What? Rad Dag Redemption? Not familiar.
Bedhead, I can't even think of a different word besides redemption.
Great work, Connor. Love it. They also own 2K, which also has a bunch of well-known franchises like NBA 2K, Borderlands, Civilization, BioShock, and XCOM. Pretty good video games.
I've been playing Borderlands 2 for the millionth time because it's on
Aw.
Switch now for no reason. It's just fun.
So is BioShock.
Yeah.
Both came to Switch. Hell yeah. Also, XCOM is great. Civilization is, I think, also on Switch.
It is,
Which I
yep.
never saw coming. All very good stuff.
But yeah, Take-Two, it has its fingers in a lot of pies, so to speak. And back in 2017, if they didn't have enough already, they also acquired the rights to make the sequel to Kerbal Space Program. And that is the rocket building sim that became a cult hit when it released back in 2015. Well, it sold millions. It's probably more than a cult hit at this point.
Yeah, and before
It's
it
a
released,
I'm editing myself on the fly now.
I feel like compared to Grand Theft Auto, everything is a cult hit, though.
Yeah, that's right.
indie
It's tiny
startup Call
cult
of Duty.
But since then, it sounds like there's been a whole lot of drama behind the scenes when it comes to making the sequel. This story comes from Jason Schreier at Bloomberg, who reports back in December, Take-Two canceled its contract with Star Theory, the developer that was making Kerbal Space Program 2.
Uh-oh.
Drama.
And from our
This
friend.
is Jason's. This is his first story at Bloomberg, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
How exciting.
I thought it would be something more like this Animal Crossing custom design gave me life.
Classic Jason.
Yes, totally him.
The hard-hitting stuff, really.
Little Kotaku dig there.
He
I love
never
you guys.
discloses his sources, which may be his child.
The drama started when Take-Two tried to negotiate a new contract with Star Theory, but apparently couldn't come to any agreeable terms. But that kind of stuff does happen pretty much all the time. People argue with contracts. That's no big deal. The reason the cancellation of Take-Two's contract with Star Theory did become such a big deal, that impending contract was Star Theory's only source of income while it was making the game.
Ooh, ouch, big hit.
You gotta have income. Important.
You need
Yeah,
to-
Rooster Teeth and I couldn't come to terms either. I wanted $2 million a year and they said no.
You're
you're
my
a-
favorite intern.
You're our cult intern. Yeah, making video games. Ah. Yeah, making video
I know
games.
it's a
is-
term we don't use that often. It's
I know I'm thinking ahead to this great zinger I got in the holster.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah,
Right.
making video games isn't exactly a money-making endeavor. That's in talking about them. You're paying your team to work long hours for a really long time. And I messed it up, and I'm centering myself. You're paying your team to work really long hours for a really long time, like years, without even the potential for profit.
It's a big ask. Super sustainable.
yeah, totally. Nothing could go wrong.
Right, very healthy for the people that are.
The exception is when you're making mobile games that are bad. Some mobile games are good, but if you're making like bad mobile games that just come out in a month, I feel like those don't take that long and do get profit immediately. So introducing the Inside Gaming mobile game.
We're gonna have those side ads where Patrick will be like the waifu, and it's like,
Yeah.
why don't you come to a land where you can do anything? And then it's a
5
match
cents
3.
for the Connor DLC.
That's true, but otherwise, no money until the game actually releases. So after the contract between Take-Two and Star Theory was canceled in December, the real drama started.
Spicy.
Starting in December, members of Star Theory's team, which consisted of about 30 people, started getting messages from Take-Two on LinkedIn. Basically, Take-Two was offering them jobs at a new studio that would be working on Kerbal 2, which What?
Yeah.
I'm actually genuinely confused about that.
That's the only time anybody's gotten a useful LinkedIn message ever.
Somebody asked me for football tickets on LinkedIn once.
Asked you for them?
Asked me, well, yeah, I was, not to brag, I was the drum major in college, and they thought that I could get them tickets to a big football game. I could not.
Connor. Disappointing, Connor.
That's me. Disappointing. Yeah, this is pretty cold-blooded on Take-Two's part. They basically said to Star Theory, oh, you don't like this contract? Cool. We're gonna still make the game. We'll just poach all of your people to do it. Like, straight up. There's no other way to look at this.
Yeah, that's what they did.
And it worked.
It worked like a charm. Well, for a lot of people, a lot of members from the team jumped ship to the new studio, which is called Intercept Game. A little bit on the nose.
It's like acquired international.
That's really spiking the ball in the end zone.
The new studio successfully acquired some of the biggest members of the old team, including the studio chief,
They're
the
huge.
creative director, and the lead producer. So it worked out
Whoa.
pretty well for them.
I hate it when all the major members of a channel leave and then just, you're left with kind of the
Ooh.
dregs.
What do you
That
mean? They're
sucks.
right here. A Take-Two spokesperson told Bloomberg that more than half of the old Star Theory team is now at Intercept Games. They said, in doing so, we are empowering our... Hang on, let me get my PR voice.
Yeah.
In doing so, we are empowering our deeply passionate and talented team to focus on quality, and we are thrilled with the progress that they are making on the game. It's always just EA guy every time I do my PR voice. Every
It's
single
very
time.
soothing. I liked it.
He is soothing when he talks about that FIFA or whatever.
As for Star Theory, the employees who remained apparently tried to salvage the studio. That always works in space. Their plan was to pitch new ideas at this year's Game Developers Conference. And you know what happened next? I hope
An
you
alien
do.
appeared on the ship and ate everybody.
Sort of. Oh, that was really good.
That's my theremin.
That was good.
Yeah.
How'd he do that
Impressive.
with his mouth?
That's what she said.
This mouth, what it do?
Lucky her, man. Lucky her.
Yeah,
Well,
me
what
and
happened
the.
next, Connor? Come on.
You don't want to. Oh. What happened next? Oh, sorry, let me realign. The pandemic hit. COVID-19. GDC was canceled, and in March, the
What does that
pandemic
mouth
hit. GDC was canceled, and in March, Star Theory shut down. Some employees ended up in the new studio even after that happened too.
God, I wonder
That's
what
gotta
that
be a-
does to company culture.
Oh boy, probably not great.
So yeah, it's a story about how tough the video game industry can be. Take-Two, they're massive. They're valued at more than $15 billion. Clearly, they don't mind playing a little hardball when they need to. You cannot compete with the guys who made GTA Online. They're massive. They got microtransaction money for days.
Days.
Shark
Years,
cards, man.
decades.
Just
Yeah, obviously they didn't like how contract negotiations were going with Star Theory, so they just burned everything to the ground and stole a bunch of people from the house that was on fire. Or at least that's how it sounds. Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
if a firefighter went in and rescued someone and then they came out and then they just didn't stop at the fire engine and they just kept running away?
They just kidnapped them.
Where are you going? I need them!
a classic rescue kidnapping.
They
That's
just
a pretty
pulled
good
up
horror
with a
movie.
van.
I think you're onto something. That's
Yeah.
that's a thriller.
Nobody steal that pitch. It's just a dog-eat-dog world, and in this case, a little dog was eaten by a much, much bigger, disturbingly cannibalistic dog, apparently. It's
Yeah.
a huge bummer. You know what, though? It's not just a dog-eat-dog world out there, or we hope it's not at all, but it's also a human-eat-steak world, unless you're a vegetarian or a vegan, or you don't like steak. Okay, maybe it's not the whole world, but whatever. Welcome to our terrible ad segues. Thank you to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring today's episode.
Today's episode of Inside Gaming Daily is sponsored by Omaha Steaks. You know Father's Day is coming up, so why don't you give Dad the gift he really wants this year, perfectly aged tender steaks. Omaha Steaks will deliver the world's best steaks and a huge variety of other favorites right to your dad's door. Right now, Omaha Steaks is offering our viewers access to a variety of amazing packages that are perfect to send to your dad for Father's Day. Go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code INSIDE into the search bar. You'll see all of the great options available, many that include free shipping and a free 1-pound package of their perfectly cured, incredibly thick applewood smoked steak cut bacon. There are many packages available that are perfect for Dad, and they are all ready to be shipped straight to his door in time for Father's Day. Omaha Steaks has a variety of Father's Day packages that include world-famous Omaha Steaks, naturally aged at least 21 days for tenderness and hand-carved perfection, burgers, franks, sausages, and other favorites, perfect for grilling, premium poultry and pork cut by Omaha Steaks butchers and individually sealed for freshness and flavor, tasty and easy to make side dishes, no work one-step family meals, artisan desserts, and much, much, much more. Right now, Father's Day packages are ready to order and ready to ship, and many include free shipping and a free pound of steak-cut bacon. Omaha Steaks delivers guaranteed quality and safety with every order, so send Dad a gift of food that he'll love this year. Visit omahasteaks.com and type "inside" in the search bar to shop for Father's Day today. Thanks, Omaha Steaks.
Take-Two has been known to dabble in the dark side of the industry before. I know they get a lot of love for GTA and Red Dead, but NBA 2K20 famously had an actual slot machine in it and what was some pretty egregious monetization. That's just one example. Rockstar's been kind of bitchy about mods in the past, so they can get a little shady when they need to.
But as for Kerbal 2 itself, back to the story, Take-Two officials said last month that the game has been delayed into the fall of next year to give the team more time to finish the game. The developer said in a tweet last month, "We are making a big, expansive game loaded with new features, but doing so will take longer than we previously anticipated." Which, pretty much straight to the jump on that one. Yep, the game is being delayed because it's taking longer than anticipated. That's how it works.
Actually, the studio blamed the pandemic for delaying the game. I mean, okay, reasonable. That's what we're hearing a lot these days, and it makes sense because working from home is a lot more restrictive than being in an office when it comes to any industry, especially gaming. And that's definitely the case.
This is my daughter's room I'm recording in.
Yeah.
It's a lot different.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely still at the office.
Yeah, clearly.
Anna's at the office.
On a
We gotta fix that chair of yours.
The new developer wrote that with everything going on in the world today due to the COVID-19 outbreak, we're facing many unique challenges that require more time to safely iterate, create, test, and make KSP2 as great as it can be.
Cool with me.
Cool.
Yeah.
On board
Takes
with that.
time.
While Kerbal Space Program might not be as big of a name as Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't know, it seems like the same amount of letters, or GTA, it's developed a significant following over the years.
Yeah.
Enormous following, far before it actually released.
The original one, you might remember, was in early access for years and years and years. And then it finally released in 2015. Despite the sale to Take-Two, PS, the original is still being maintained by Squad, the original development studio. So they've got it, but Take-Two is now in charge of the sequel. And if you've never played Kerbal Space Program, known for its very high degree of difficulty, realistic physics, which makes building your rocket a challenge, to say the least. But if you played it, you know that it's very rewarding once you finally make it work and it blasts.
Unlike building a rocket in real life, which is very simple and not at all rewarding.
Just ask Elon.
Oh.
He had a pretty good success rate. 1 for 2 last week.
He did. He did also call the game awesome and joked that his SpaceX team used the game for testing their software, which they probably didn't. But really more than 2 million copies of the game were sold, and even real-life scientists got interested in the game, which developed partnerships with NASA and the European Space Agency. Wow. Also, everyone always makes fun of me for the way that I say NASA, so I'm just preempting those comments. I know you're going to make fun of me. It doesn't work if I know.
So a sequel is obviously highly anticipated. And Take-Two clearly wants to make sure that they get to keep as much money as possible from it. This also comes as Take-Two recently unveiled a very ambitious publishing calendar over the next 5 years. Damn, that's ambitious.
Over the next half-decade.
I mean, what are we going to do over the next 5 weeks, let alone 5 years? Come on.
Dude, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
I'm this close to replaying Witcher 3.
Same. Me too. I keep thinking it's Witcher 3.
Last month, during their regular earnings report, President Karl Slatoff dropped a bomb saying that they plan to release a total of 93 new titles in the next 5 years.
It's too many.
Most of them, 63, would be
many.
core experiences, and you got to figure that Kerbal Space Program.
Kerbal Space
some of that Kerbal Space
It's not my day. I haven't had the most important meal of the day, lunch. And you've got to figure that Kerbal Space Program 2 is in that category, unless it's one of the 40-some mobile games or something.
It's still just too many video games.
That's
I don't have time to play all those games. What do I?
I don't have time to play the ones I have. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have time for The Witcher 3 again.
I'm not going anywhere and I don't have time to play
Yeah,
this.
right.
But obviously, Kerbal Space Program 2 is a sequel to a much-loved game, and it has the potential to sell far more than the original did. After all, since we're all quarantined at home, we've got lots more free time to build rockets.
Allegedly, yeah.
Again, no, not what I'm doing right now. I hope that this situation was not as dramatic as it sounds. I hope that everyone at that studio is happy. Obviously, I don't want this to be a big miserable thing. It just on paper it does sound really dirty.
Sounds
Yeah.
pretty
It sounds
bad.
Yeah,
Like-
I've been caught up in the winds of corporate change, and sometimes you are just happy to land back with the people you worked with.
True.
Remember Machinima?
What?
What's that?
What's that?
Is that like some kind of spice? What are you
It's like a
talking about?
spaghetti.
Your spaghetti.
They put it with the garlic and the shallot and the machine.
I don't know what just happened. I don't know what that was.
I'm
Something
losing
just
my
happened.
mind over here. Is what's
Yeah,
happening.
no, we know. But we did want to, for the next week, give our guest hosts a segment to talk about anything that they would like. So,
Yeah.
what you want to talk about, fam?
So I'm Rihanna, and as I said before, I am a recent member of What's Good Games, but I realize I'm a new face to a lot of people. So before I speak on what's going on in the world, I would like to say a little bit about myself. I am a cisgendered Black woman. I grew up middle class in Ohio, went to all-girls Catholic school, and got my bachelor's and master's from University of Pittsburgh, and have a pretty decent career in gaming now. But my entire life, I have known that there is a large population of this country and this world that believe my life, my body, and my existence are less valuable than theirs. If you don't know what that's like, if you don't know how colonizers came to this country, took this land, and established systems that make it harder for me and anyone who is othered to survive, let alone succeed, please seek out some additional information. There are people ready to share their experiences. There are educators who have prepared to teach these lessons. And there's an incredible amount of information on the internet. bit.ly/JuneJustice is a fantastic starting point. And please, if you are moved to comment on current events, why people are angry, and why we haven't been doing better, don't place the burden of lifting oppression on the oppressed. We have tried, and we cannot do it alone. Thanks for listening.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Thursday. Let's talk about some good news for a change.
What's that?
Let's pivot. Well, Anthem didn't do anything stupid, and Star Citizen hasn't hit another bed.
It just continues to slowly the same bed.
Same one. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's just secreting garbage and out of every
That's
pore.
right.
But